My name is Justin. I got into an accident. It's July of '09. Got into a car accident. Broke my C5, C6, but I function as a C6 for a long time, a good year and a half, 2 years. Didn't think I'd ever be able to drive. And from the first meeting, it's been non-stop, them doing whatever they could to get me behind the wheel of this truck. And it's incredible. I love this truck. Just the independence that I have from being able to drive on my own and go places without being pushed or pulled, and going up a ramp in a minivan. It's amazing. And don't let anything stop you. I mean, there's nothing that can stop you. I've seen people with higher injuries than me that can function less than me still driving behind the wheel of a vehicle. So there's nothing that can stop you except you. And I'd really like to thank Voc Rehab Driving Department. Without them, none of this would have been possible. And I really appreciate everything they've done for me.
Justin is a 24-year-old gentleman who came to us following a spinal cord injury of the C5, C6 level, secondary to a motor vehicle accident. Some of Justin's biggest problems were the inability to transfer from his wheelchair into any type of a driver's seat. The C5, C6 injury left Justin extremely weak in his arms and really without any significant muscle strength at all from the chest down. He has no ability to transfer himself out of his chair, which makes him a unique situation that he must remain in his wheelchair for all mobility, including driving. One of the areas that we looked at with Justin was the proper vehicle that would meet his work needs and his family and lifestyle needs. We decided to move down the road of a lowered floor truck that would offer him the ability to access more areas for employability needs and also meet the requirements for his children. We chose a lowered floor truck conversion called a Gosichi to meet the needs of the type of truck Justin owned. This conversion allowed a power wheelchair user the ability to access the driver's side compartment while sitting in their power wheelchair. The Gosichi lowered floor construction has been lowered in the driver's side area. It deploys itself like a cassette, lowers to the floor. The individual backs onto this ramp and then is raised back level with the driver's compartment, and again closes like a cassette. Some of the other areas we had to look at with Justin was the ability to steer. Due to his weakness from the spinal cord injury, we had to add what's called zero effort steering, which reduces the amount of strength it takes to turn the steering wheel. We also had to add a steering wheel extension to bring it closer to Justin's torso, which is within his range of motion and strength capacity. We also had to add tri-pin orthotic devices to the steering wheel and to his hand control. This allows the hand control and the steering wheel to really hold Justin's hand instead of him holding on to the device himself. Other areas that we had to look at with Justin was a chest strap. Due to his spinal cord injury, he was left with no abdominal muscles. So in the incident of a sudden stop, he would be thrown forward into the steering wheel. We added a torso chest restraint to keep him back in the seat, allowing him to maintain control. We also set up a switch within his vehicle that allowed him to access it with the use of his elbow, giving him access to all of the secondary controls such as turn signals, wipers, washer, dimmer, horn, along with an easy lock that locked his wheelchair down to the frame of the vehicle therefore making it an acceptable restraint during vehicle operations.